Menstruation is a natural occurrence that affects women in the United States and around the world. However, it is a topic that is overlooked due to the stigma in different aspects. Why do women have to pay additional money for menstrual hygiene products? Since most states consider menstrual hygiene products medical commodities, women must pay taxes on pads and tampons. In the United States, items that are considered necessary are not taxed. But if items such as Viagra and chapstick are considered fundamental needs, why are pads and tampons not?
Hand set with 156 brilliant cut diamonds in 18-karat white gold on a custom-made bezel-set diamond chain. Where else would you keep something? 36 states tax like a luxury.
According to BBC News, the average statewide sales tax is 6.25%, but in some cases can run as high as 10.25%, like in Chicago due to city and surrounding charges. Women spend an average of $61.11 on tampons and $59.43 on pads yearly. This total amount does not include taxes and other expenses needed to treat periods, such as painkillers. In many cases of low-income families, women and girls must turn to options such as using rags or selling food stamps to obtain menstrual hygiene products because they cannot afford them. Why should this be something women go through in a first-world developed country? It shouldn't. Menstrual hygiene products should be tax-exempt, but also accessible through welfare programs to further aid low-income families, because menstrual hygiene products are not a luxury women want, but an essential necessity.
Education in schools is the key to create a change in the stigma directed towards periods. Many girls are not aware of what they are going through when they first get their period because they never received any formal education over the topic in school or at home. Therefore, young girls are left confused and embarrassed when on their cycle because they aren't aware of the proper steps to take. Self-awareness and education about these topics often begin at school. The stigma does too. That's why schools can be critical sites in the menstrual equity movement. Bleeding through clothing or asking a teacher for a tampon wouldn't be embarrassing in the first place if periods were better understood by both males and females. Chris Bobel, an associate professor of women's gender and sexuality studies at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and former president of the Society of Menstrual Cycle Research, shared, "I think, as educators, it's our responsibility to help students understand that a shame-based response to a natural bodily process is a social construct, and we can push back against that. Educating both female and male youth is the first step to push back against this social construct of periods being disgusting, which affects the menstruating population. Events like these can be prevented if schools provided the adequate supplies for girls in school." According to Periods, Poverty, and the Need for Policy, one of the few research reports on the topic of menstrual equity, girls at the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota miss up to a week of school due to the lack of access to affordable menstruation products. Being open about the topic and providing necessary products for those unexpected moments are necessary in order to empower youth to have pride in their bodies in order to help eradicate stigma towards periods.